This is news on Good News Catholic Communications. I am Betty Ann Lazarus. In the headlines, Bishop Clyde Harvey warns Grenadians to remain on high alert as several countries grapple with new COVID variant. Presentation Brothers College launched virtual 75th anniversary celebrations. Barbados ushers in its first president as the nation cuts tie with the Queen as head of state. Details to these and more when we return.
With Republic Bank. Light up your home with renovations. Light up your driveway with a new vehicle. Even better, light up the faces of your loved ones with a loan from Republic Bank. Get up to $50,000 unsecured. Reduced interest rates, quick approvals, and win cash prizes with Republic Bank.
The holidays are here. Republic spreading the cheer. Come on and light up your Christmas with Republic.
Make this Christmas your brightest with Republic Bank. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Welcome back. Bishop of the Diocese of St. George's in Grenada, Bishop Clyde Martin Harvey, is appealing to residents and visitors to maintain the level of consciousness required to keep COVID-19 at bay. The call by Bishop Harvey follows the easement of regulations by the government of Grenada. While the COVID-19 curve in recent weeks has been almost flattened, Bishop Harvey is urging the public to not take the lull in the spread of the virus for granted. In this vein, he is appealing to Grenadians to refrain from letting their guards down, as a number of countries grapple with prevailing COVID crisis, as well as the onslaught of another COVID-19 variant. Good News Catholic Communication understands that the Conference of Churches of Grenada, at its last meeting, discussed a number of issues pertaining to the COVID-19 crisis and the way forward. The CCG is therefore calling for an immediate evaluation of the recent spike in COVID-19 cases in Grenada.
If we are to find effective means of managing COVID-19, there are two things basically that we have to consider. One, we have to look at the period that we are just emerging out of and do some assessment as to what went wrong. Where did we drop the ball in a sense, and what worked well, and in moving forward we have to try to build on those things that work well, and at the same time try to see how we can do better for those things that didn't go too well.
Chairperson of the CCG, Reverend Silbert Prescott, is confident that a specific plan on the way forward for Grenada is also absolutely necessary.
Try to encourage as many people as possible to be as mindful as possible of the dangers posed by COVID-19. And because what we are seeing is the emergence of a series of different strains, and which makes it more contagious and makes it more dangerous for us. And so, one, we have to try to encourage our constituents, our people, to try to be as vigilant as possible and to try to adhere to the protocols as much as possible. Two, we have to I think the question of vaccine is an important one as well, because although and we have to admit that people have different concerns regarding the vaccine. But to date, it is our best means of protecting ourselves from the virus.
Reverend Prescott admits that the CCG is grappling with the issue of getting the entire population conscious as to the extent of the dangers posed by the virus.
One, I think we have to constantly, first of all, use the first avenue that we have, which is the pulpit, right? To speak to people, speak to our constituents. But I think there is still a wider cross-section of people who are still not getting the news. And no matter how we try, who would not come to church, who would not, so there is still a large section of the society that is still being unreached. So I think we have to find a means of reaching those persons. I think this is where we need some kind of partnership with the people involved in health, with the governing authorities, with various stakeholders in the nation to try to see how we can work together to devise means of reaching people, because I think the truth be told, all of us are in the same boat, and we have to look out for each other.
We remind our listeners and viewers to observe all COVID-19 protocols, the washing of hands, social distance, and the wearing of masks. The Presentation Brothers College on Monday unveiled plans to commemorate the 75th anniversary of its establishment. The 75th anniversary will be observed under the theme, Celebrating Our Contributions to Nation Building. Brother Michael of the Presentation Brothers represented the Irish founders of the PBC. Principal Dominic Jeremiah, who served the PBC Grenada for over 19 years, in his welcome remarks highlighted the contribution of all those who made their mark to the culture of service and excellence for which the Presentation Brothers College is known.
Archbishop Fimba Ryan, whose legacy remains with Fimba House, had a vision for Catholic education and invited the brothers to come to Grenada to strengthen the Catholic education system by providing this unique opportunity for young men in Grenada to have access to Catholic education. The brothers arrived here in 1946, and the doors of the college were opened in 1947. The tenacity, vision, and unwavering lifelong dedication of those brothers and the subsequent cadre of lay teachers and support staff who remain faithful to this mission is the reason why we are here 75 years later to celebrate this important milestone in the history of the college. It is fitting that we launch today as our school takes time to celebrate Presentation Day. Welcome to the official launch of the 75th anniversary celebration of our beloved Presentation Brothers College. May God bless you all.
On January 21st, 2022, the Presentation Brothers College will host its 75th anniversary Mass, marking the year-long Diamond celebration. Adrian Francis is the chairman of the 75th Anniversary Celebration Committee. Francis applauded the Presentation Brothers College for its contribution to nation building.
It is indeed a great feat for any institution to have survived for over 7 decades, and PBC has stood the test of times. This only stands to reason that there's a strong resilience and commitment on the part of its leadership and good governance. Presentation Brothers College has produced outstanding leaders to every area of our country's life, and by extension, the diaspora. We can boast of producing 3 prime ministers, prestigious judges, CEOs in several organizations, professors, accountants, permanent secretaries, commissioner of police, engineers, entrepreneurs, farmers, fishermen, other professionals, contractors, and the list goes on.
All present and past students, as well as family and friends, are encouraged to be a part of the celebration. Mr. Francis also acknowledged the work of the many students who produced outstanding work regarding the logo competition for the Diamond celebration.
I want to extend our appreciation and congratulations to all the students who participated in the logo competition at such short notice and produced some outstanding pieces. To the winner, Zachary Julian, I say congratulations for a great display of artistic skills. Well done, brother. You exemplify the true spirit of a PBC student, doing it the PBC way. It is my hope that when the celebration is over, we will have celebrated all of PBC past students who have left an indelible mark on our nation by the genuine and disciplined contribution that they have made to nation building.
Parent Representative Perron Johnson was present at Monday's launch.
As part of the celebrations, both past and current students will be honored for their contributions towards the life of the school in various forms. Additionally, the anniversary celebrations, as mentioned, will bring together past students here in Grenada and throughout the diaspora via a series of events.
Zachary Julian was recognized for his outstanding design of the 75th anniversary logo.
I want to let Zachary know, as I indicated to the other students this morning, that Zachary is going to become part of the history of the school now, because his winning logo will become part of the archives.
The logo represents the 75 years anniversary of PBC. The nutmeg represents Grenada, the Isle of Spice. The green leaf represents the growth of the schools 1947 to 2022, from a relatively small student population to over 400 students. The gold represents academics, morals, and ethical standards. The college enjoyed a reputation for excellence in athletic activities, as well as a result of our students' achievements. The school is known locally, regionally, and internationally. Presentation Brothers College alumni are leaders in government, education, research, and other professional fields of endeavor throughout the Caribbean, North America, and various Commonwealth countries.
The Presentation Brothers College will be rededicated on January 22nd, 2022 by Vicar General of the Diocese of St. George's in Grenada. We extend congratulations to the entire PBC fraternity. Stay with us. Father Ronald Holder, OP, speaks of the season of Advent, and Barbados swears in its first ever president. Welcome back. The Universal Church on Sunday heralded in its new liturgical year, which begins with the season of Advent. During the first week of Advent, emphasis is placed on the virtue of hope as the Church looks forward to the second coming of Christ. Father Ronald O.P. is urging Catholics and the wider population to use this Advent season to prepare for the Lord's coming, even as they deal with the hurt, pain, losses, and crisis brought on by the pandemic.
Jesus who came over 2,000 years ago, Jesus who's here, present in our midst, and Jesus who will come again. Now, I know that for many people right now, that's not where their minds are. Their minds are in the context of how do we work through the present crisis, the fact that, we've just had numbers of lockdowns. There are those who have lost loved ones in the last 2 months, September, October, and so they're still reeling from the pain and crisis of that. There are those who are struggling financially, many who have lost jobs and are trying to make ends meet. And not only that, you have the breakdown in families, breakdown in homes. So you have all of this. So people are just right now just trying to cope, just trying to live for the moment, just trying to live in the present. But Advent is in the sense what the Church is helping us to appreciate Advent this year, is to see Advent as a means of renewal. Renewal spiritually. How can I reconnect with God? How can I reconnect with that relationship with God? Now, from that perspective, maybe we have to help people to understand who God is and help people to reconnect with Him in a deeper way.
The Diocesan Youth Coordinator warns against adopting the loss of hope disposition, encouraging families and individuals to hold on to their faith in God.
So often the God has been seen as a God who protects, yes. A God who watches over us, yes. A God who guides us, yes. And so the question that many people may ask is, well, if this God is called to do this, then why did He allow this pandemic? And why are we still facing this pandemic? And why are we still going through the challenges of the pandemic? And so there are many people who have lost faith, many people who have given up. But Advent provides us with an opportunity to recognize that just as Jesus went through His suffering and His death, Advent is an opportunity for us to recognize that Jesus is with us in our own suffering and in our own challenges. And yes, He never said He's going to take away the suffering, but He's with us in the suffering. And at the end of that suffering, hopefully we will find a deeper relationship and a deeper connection with Him.
Father Holder O.P. wants to see more people reach out to others, especially in times of challenges. Counseling is available, says Father Holder, as he encourages people everywhere to be mindful of the mental well-being of those around them.
Ask persons to pray, just pray that persons will, in the midst of all the challenges that they're going through, don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Don't be afraid to get help. Don't be afraid to seek counseling. I know counseling is a bad word because most people are afraid of counseling, thinking that, somebody wants to hear your business and then to let it out. But counseling is more about enabling persons to be able to speak what's going on within them, speak their truth, and out of that truth to be able to bring some sort of understanding to what's going on in their lives and to be able to find a way out of that. And so I want to encourage persons to use this time as a means of renewal spiritually, use this time as a means of psychological renewal, use this time as a means of being able to find themselves, find others, their family, their loved ones, and in that way to be able to reconnect with God in a deeper way, so that in that way God will truly be able to help them on this journey in the midst of all the challenges we're facing.
So we are encouraged to focus on the reason for the season with hope and joyful expectation. Today, Tuesday, November 30th, is observed universally as the Feast of St. Andrew the Apostle. St. Andrew's Day, also called the Feast of St. Andrew or Andemus, is celebrated on November 30th. St. Andrew is the disciple who introduced his brother, the Apostle Peter, to Jesus, the Messiah. It is certainly a special day for parishioners of St. Andrew the Apostle, RC Church, Grenville, and Good News Catholic Communications will keep our viewers and listeners up to date on activities marking the Feast of St. Andrew the Apostle in the big parish of St. Andrew. Moving on now, President Sandra Mason's first speech as Barbados' head of state was one aimed at bringing Barbadians closer and encouraging them to move the country forward as a republic. Dame Sandra reminded Barbadians of what made them strong as a people that brought the country through 55 years of independence and suggested what would be needed in its new capacity. The president noted that when Barbados became independent on November 30th, 1966, the island was still seeking to find its national identity to stamp its place in the world. According to the newly installed president, in the year 2021, we now turn our vessel's bow towards the new republic. We do this so that we may seize the fullest substance of our sovereignty. Yesterday's ceremony was attended by Grenada's Governor General, Dame Cecile Lagranade, and Grenada's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell. That's it for the major developments. A recap of the headlines when we return.
Light up this Christmas with Republic. Come on and brighten up the holidays with Republic.
Light up your Christmas with Republic Bank. Light up your home with renovations. Light up your driveway with a new vehicle. Even better, light up the faces of your loved ones with a loan from Republic Bank. Get up to $50,000 unsecured. Reduced interest rates, quick approvals, and win cash prizes with Republic
The
Bank.
holidays are here. Republic spreading the cheer. Come on and light up your Christmas with Republic.
Make this Christmas your brightest with Republic Bank. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
And now for a recap of the headlines. Bishop Clyde Harvey warns Grenadians to remain on high alert as several countries grapple with the new COVID variant. Presentation Brothers College in Grenada celebrates 75 years of establishment. Barbados ushers in its first president as the nation cuts tie with the Queen as head of state. On behalf of all those who made this newscast possible, I am Betty Lazarus. Thanks for staying with us.